all you skincare addicts, what is up, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you thumbs up this video, and make sure you're following me on all my social media sites. And in today's video, we are going to talk about sunscreens people of color should not buy, because I realize all of the sunscreens I've reviewed with white cast, a lot of people aren't watching, so I just need to give you guys a PSA. So, you know, we are going to talk about the sunscreens you shouldn't buy this summer somewhere in the world, and I know a person of color is going to need this video. Y'all know that song is 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't know how the song goes. Let's get into this video. So the first sunscreen we are going to talk about is the Sheer Tint SPF of 30 sunscreen by CeraVe. 1.7 ounces of this sunscreen will run you $16 depending on where you go. If you are darker skin tones like me, this sunscreen is botched the house. It leaves a white cast that leans on like a vanilla creamy Starbucks mess. What you could do is add a little bit of foundation to it, but I noticed when I add a little bit of foundation to the Sheer Tint sunscreen, it kind of clumps up my foundation and makes my foundation look worse than when I started. Not to mention, when I've applied it with a beauty blender, it doesn't give me an overall great canvas, and even without using it with makeup, it kind of gives me orange undertones, and a lot of people tell me I look orange already, so I don't need anything adding to bringing out me looking more Cheeto dust than I normally do look. This is not the sunscreen for you. It's perfect for people who maybe have olive skin tones. This is perfect for you, but people with like chocolate skin tones like me, girl, stay away from it. This is botched the house. Next sunscreen we're going to talk about is Cetaphil's Daily Moisturizing Sunscreen with an SPF of 50. This sunscreen actually has titanium dioxide in it, and it's actually supposed to be a chemical sunscreen because it does have chemical sunscreen filters. It's botched the house. It's a waste of money, and then the metallic taste of the sunscreen is horrible. It rubs in nicely, so eventually as you're rubbing it in, you think that the white cast is going away, but as you continue to rub, hoping the white cast disappear, it doesn't flake, it doesn't peel, but you have like this mixture between purple, bluish, and all outdoors of I don't know what's going on. So be careful with this sunscreen. This is a prime example of why people test chemical sunscreens on their channel to make sure they don't have a white cast, because this is marketed as a chemical sunscreen. It'll sneak up on you and you'll notice the white cast, and depending on how much you use, you'll notice the white cast. So like I always say, if you're doing boop, 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 you probably won't notice the white cast. So you continue to use it if you're doing boop, 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 boop. But if you're a skincare addict who wants the full benefits of your sunscreen and you're not doing this little dabs, you will definitely notice a white cast with this sunscreen. And like I mentioned, it will sneak up on you. You'll rub it in. It looks good in your dim lighted house with the lights on. You'll get outside into the sun, your husband, your daughter looking at you crazy like, why your face look like that? So you be like, wait, what? And you look in the mirror and it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. So just be careful. Next product we are going to talk about is the Make Prem Protect Your Skin from the Sun with an SPF of 50. I really wanted to like this sunscreen. I've tried to make it work. I've tried to use it with all sorts of oils, moisturizers, creams. There's a lot of issues with this sunscreen I could talk about in this video, but then it'd be a long video. But I'll just say this about this sunscreen. This sunscreen will leave you a white cast if you're brown skin tones, if you're dark skin tones. And the bad part about it is it leaves a white cast and it flakes. And you notice like this white stuff peeling off your skin. It looks really, really bad. And this is one of them as well that you won't be able to catch unless you leave the house. Like in certain areas of light in your house, this looks really good. But as soon as you go out the house, you look really white, bluish, purple, crazy. So be careful with this sunscreen. I think it's a hit and miss for certain skin tones. I noticed for my skin tone, it just didn't work. I do want to mention this. If you're doing a dab here, boop, boop, boop here, this may work for you. So continue to use it. However, if you're a person who's looking for full coverage in your sunscreen, you are definitely going to get a white cast from this sunscreen. So please be very careful. I live in Arizona, so I use way more than a teaspoon of sunscreen because I live in the desert and I want to protect my beautiful skin from the sun. So you will never see me doing boop, 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 boop. This product we're going to talk about, I mean, do I need to say something on this? But I feel like a lot of people don't know that this sunscreen is Botched the House, because I'm always getting DMs. I'm always getting comments and messages about I've already bought this sunscreen and I am a person of color and this has messed my skin up. And it's the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen with a broad spectrum of SPF of 30. The 50, I heard the 50 one is botched too. Don't buy this sunscreen. I am tired of y'all coming to my CeraVe sunscreen video looking at it 5 years after you already bought it. Before you do that, no matter what country you're in, and a lot of you guys are in countries where this stuff is not at your beck and call. Like, you can't just go to the store and take this back. Sometimes it's you bought it, it's yours, and you spend your hard-earned $16, or even I don't even know how much. From what y'all are telling me in the DMs, CeraVe in other countries like Bolivia, India, the islands, a lot of the people from the islands watch my videos. A lot of you guys are telling me that this is like almost up to $60, and you're spending $60 on this botched product and it's not working. So the next sunscreen people of color shouldn't buy is the Biossance Squalene plus Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen. Now I will say this, this sunscreen is a hit or miss, and it depends on how much you're using. For me personally, this was a miss one day and it was a hit the next day, and I don't like confusion when it comes to products, so I just overall canceled out the hit and took the miss and said, okay, well, I'm gonna sit it to the side because this is a miss. Not only that, a lot of you guys were in my DM saying this is definitely not a sunscreen for people of color. I've seen so many of you guys rub this sunscreen and it gave you a white cast. So with that being said, like I said, we're gonna go over here and take the miss and say that this sunscreen is leaving a white cast. So please be careful with this sunscreen, because this sunscreen is $30. I will say this about this sunscreen. It's really layerable. I like how it rubs in the skin really, really well. It goes nice with a lot of skincare products. I've actually used it with very lightweight moisturizers, and it was just nice to use overall. So when I seen the white cast, I was really disappointed. Not to mention, if you are a person who, you know, you are really about reapplying your sunscreen, you just about that life. Like over here, I'm not about that life. Look, I keep the same energy in all my videos. Look, y'all already know how we roll on this channel. Us skincare addicts, we a little bit different over here. With that being said, once you reapply this bad boy, I would say about the second time it's been reapplied, that white cast begins to shine bright like a diamond. So please be careful with this sunscreen. I do want to mention this. This does not apply to you if you're doing boop, 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 boop. So if you that type of person who is dabbing your skin, this does not apply to you. With that being said, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below what sunscreen left you a really botched white cast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you thumbs up this video, and make sure you're following me on all my social media sites. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye, you guys. Mwah.